Tony, when is too late to begin college planning?
To effectively support students through college planning requires a very early ramp. It doesn't mean you're talking about college to an 8th grader, a 9th grader, or a 10th grader. In fact, I don't recommend that you do. What we recommend is that you start understanding what are the components that are going to represent your college application. How are colleges going to evaluate your child and determine if they're a good fit for the incoming cohort? And what you realize is that the process begins as early as 8th grade. The grades you're doing, and the courses you're taking in 8th grade in terms of level of rigor determine the colleges you have access to as a senior. And it's quite astonishing for many families to realize that it begins that early. Again, you're not talking about college with them, but there are consequences to choices you're making that go that far back. And to be ready and strong in 8th grade requires, of course, an earlier ramp as well. What this means is everything matters, right? All the effort you're putting into your child's academic performance over time ends up supporting all these choices later on. I'm going to take that again. So when we think about when does college planning begins, it begins with an academic foundation. The courses you take as early as 8th grade determines the colleges you even have access to applying to as a senior. And this is quite shocking to many parents. What we don't want to do is talk about college to an 8th grader, a 9th grader, even a 10th grader. What you do want to talk about is rigor. You want to talk about opportunity. You want to talk about making the most of what is available to you as a student and really running with it. And understanding that, yes, the grades from 8th grade may not be on your transcript when you apply, but the legacy that comes with you will follow you all the way through into your college application work. And really, the search for college is more about the search for the self. We want to focus on the child and cultivate them over time so they understand who they are, what they want to do, and why. And to do that requires being reflexive, being contemplative, asking them key questions, understanding the experiences they're choosing to do around their schooling. And in doing so, you're able to prepare a student so by the time you're ready to, let's say, harvest that crop as a senior when you apply to college, what you've done is create a student who's very compelling for a college, very interesting as an applicant, but also they understand what they want to do next and they feel confident in that next decision.